When you catch a big fish, now I mean a really big one, you don't catch it just once. No, sir. It's a gift that just keeps on giving. Scott Sandusky's gift was one of those sweet mysteries of Lake Taneycomo, a giant brown trout.
Yeah, we had just put in that day, and so we made a drift down, and me and my friend Craig Thomas were throwing power bait. I had a hit and set the hook, and I thought I had a big catfish on or something. After I fought him for about 15 minutes or so, he came up to the side of the boat, and we seen it was a huge brown. And it was like, so then I got real serious then.
Well, Lake Taneycomo has all the ingredients needed to make big trout. We've got the depth, we've got cold water year-round, a lot of food. November is when the big brown trout usually run to the upper end of the lake. Usually starting October, November, they'll swim upstream, and Scott happened to be in the right place at the right time with one of those big fish.
Phil Lilley, owner of Lilley's Landing on Taneycomo, had heard a lot of big fish stories, so he was just a little bit skeptical when he got the call from Scott.
Yeah, got it.
It was plenty big enough to be a state record. And we'd seen a lot of big browns before, but that was, of course, the biggest one I'd ever seen.
In addition to making all the preparations to get the fish to the Shepherd of the Hills hatchery for an official weigh-in, Phil and his staff began filming the historic event.
28.8. How much? 28.8. Is that including the bucket or not?
No. That's him, baby!
Excellent.
This is cool.
28.8.
Of course, like any good fish story, there is a twist. One that might have ended badly.
Well, of course, a fish that big, you have to lay it flat, and there wasn't a freezer around here that was big enough. So my dad took it to the First Baptist Church here in Branson and laid it out in their chest freezer.
And Phil called, and he said, how you doing? I go, pretty good. And he goes, well, I got some good news and I got some bad news. What do you want to hear first? And I said, well, what's the bad news? He goes, we lost your fish.
One of the janitors came in and saw the frozen thing in the freezer, and he felt like it was not supposed to be there, so he took it and threw it in the trash dumpster.
But the good news, we went to the dump and we dug it out of the dump, and I found it, and we're going to make a replica of it for you, and so it turned out really nice.
Sandusky still enjoys that gift that keeps on giving. A mount of his 28.8-pound brown trout, the Missouri state record.